All right, we're back after a short hiatus. World of Matchups doing team resets for all 32 NFL teams going into the 2022 season. Today we will break down the Chicago Bears, who, when you look at their roster top to bottom, in my mind, is one of the worst teams in the National Football League. They get rid of Matt Nagy, who heads back to Kansas City to be their OC, and they bring in Matt Eberflus. Nobody even knew who this guy was prior to the signing. Defensive-minded coach. You have an offensive-minded quarterback in Justin Fields. When you look at their draft, this team did absolutely nothing to help Justin Fields. So that's going to be my number one beef with them. Justin Fields is an absolute baller. He's an absolute stud waiting to happen, but they just don't have the pieces around him to develop him. And because of that reason, I do not see the Chicago Bears doing much of anything this season, and maybe not even next season unless they pull their heads out of their asses. So when I look at this team on paper, they have probably the worst wide receiver room in the National Football League. N'Keal Harry comes over from the New England Patriots. He's a bum, already hurt. They bring in Byron Pringle, who is a good number 3 for Kansas City. They do have Darnell Mooney as a number 1. He should see a lot of targets this year. He should eat well. But guys like Dante Pettis, who has done absolutely nothing in the National Football League his entire career, even when given the opportunity, they are awful. They draft Velus Jones. This guy's a 26-year-old rookie. Come on, you guys can do better than this. You should have done a whole lot more to give Justin Fields some help, and you absolutely blew it. I do like David Montgomery. They're going to have to run the wheels off this kid in order to do anything this year. He should see a lot of targets coming out of the backfield as well. He's always been a solid running back. It's going to be interesting to see how they deployed him out there on the field and how they match him up with backup running back Khalil Herbert. I like Cole Kmet a lot. I think Cole Kmet takes a huge step forward this year, basically because Justin Fields, is not going to have too many other people to throw the ball to that he can count on. So I like the upside that Kmet brings. On the defensive side of the ball, they got rid of Khalil Mack. They just gave up on him, which I think was a mistake. Roquan Smith is now requesting a trade, saying that they are not negotiating with him in good faith. Robert Quinn is old as Johnny Mathis. This team's in trouble. Now, the only saving grace for the Chicago Bears, I looked at their schedule. They have beatable teams all over that schedule. I'm going to give them 6 wins, and I think that's being generous, but I think Justin Fields is in big trouble this year because they just didn't do anything to help, further his skill set. And I just don't get it. You have a great player, and they're going to just watch this guy languish. Hopefully it's not 3 yards in a cloud of dust. Hopefully the Matt Nagy curse is not lingering over Soldier Field for years to come, because this is a great franchise. One of the best teams ever to play this game was the 85 Bears. And I just feel like Bears fans deserve better. And what is the better that they're getting this year? I'm not exactly sure. It just goes to show you how when you're drafted as a quarterback, the situation that you go into is as important as the person you are and the skills that you have and the coaching that you get. It all matters. I mean, you look like a guy who, like Patrick Mahomes. I mean, he fell into the perfect situation. Justin Fields, in my mind, fell into probably the worst possible situation he could fall into in Chicago. The guy's going to be running for his life. They're a young team. Defense is older. Offense is younger. They just don't have a whole lot going on. And let anything happen to Mooney, Kmet, or Montgomery, and this is a 2-win team. They're in big trouble. They're not cooking with much. They've got a match, and it's wet. Tomorrow, team reset for Carolina Panthers. My name is Dexter Reed. You've been watching World of Matchups. Like, follow, subscribe. We appreciate all the love you're giving us on social media, especially on TikTok. Follow us at grabit.com and YouTube. Enjoy the day, everybody. See you tomorrow.